Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and Chairman Poe, and thanks to all the other members of the committee. I'm delighted to be here today to testify, and I look forward to working with all of you. As you said, Mr. Chairman, I have a longer statement that, with your permission, I'll submit for the record. Chairman Rohrabacher, let me just start by thanking you and Chairman Poe for taking a CODEL to Uzbekistan. That visit was very well received, and we really appreciate the time and trouble that you took to do that. I'm pleased to testify today as we enter an especially critical and dynamic phase of our relations with Central Asia. Despite the real gains in stability in Afghanistan, our planned drawdown in Afghanistan and continued use of the Northern Distribution Network has raised anxiety levels among our Central Asian partners about the increased potential for instability and extremism, especially beyond 2014. I'll let my colleague from the Bureau of Counterterrorism expand more on the specifics of the Islamic militant threat, but I will start by saying that we do not assess that there is an imminent Islamic militant threat to Central Asian states. Nonetheless, this is no time for complacency. Our foreign assistance programs seek to build the capacity of Central Asian countries to address transnational threats, such as those posed by Islamic militant groups that members of the committees discussed, while promoting regional economic integration and development. We also use our engagement as a mechanism to tackle issues related to human rights, rule of law, and corruption, and promote economic growth, as failure to address these could contribute to militancy. To achieve these objectives, we are using a combination of diplomatic engagement and bilateral and multilateral assistance. On the diplomatic front, the United States holds annual bilateral consultations with each of the 5 Central Asian states. These consultations, which I chair with the foreign ministers or deputy foreign ministers of each country, form the cornerstone of our bilateral relationships. Through these, we convey a consistent message that democratic reform, respect for freedom of expression and religion, and an active civil society all contribute to stability, while cracking down on dissent and driving it underground may create more favorable conditions for radicalism. Our public diplomacy and assistance programs also reinforce our objective of strengthening respect for human rights and the rule of law. Mr. Chairman, our bilateral security assistance is helping build the Central Asian states' capacity to address and counter a broad range of threats, including terrorism. In 2012, the United States provided approximately $215 million of security assistance across the range of Central Asian states. The bulk of this assistance focused on building capacity of law enforcement agencies to address transnational threats, including terrorism and narcotics trafficking. We recognize that our interest in combating terrorism and other cross-border threats are shared by others, so we are engaging with others who are active in Central Asia in a cooperative approach to regional security and stability. I have made it a personal priority to expand significantly our consultations with Russia, China, the EU, and others on Central Asia, and we have seen successful cooperation on a number of key initiatives that are outlined in my written testimony. Let me conclude by reiterating that we do not assess there's an imminent Islamist militant threat to Central Asian states. The limited threat currently posed by Islamist militants to Central Asia, however, is no room for complacency or retreat. The Central Asians face a broad range of challenges that, as in many other societies, could fuel radicalism in the long run and threaten the security interests of the United States and our allies. Addressing these challenges demands our continued vigilance and engagement in the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.